Good morning all of you. In this video we will discuss the last class of kingdom fungi, that is Deuteromystes, and this class is also called imperfect fungi. Imperfect fungi, because in this class mainly sexual reproduction is absent. The sexual reproduction is totally absent. Only vegetative and asexual reproduction present. Only vegetative and asexual reproduction present. In species in which vegetative and asexual reproduction present, they are placed in one class, that is Deuteromystes. In which sexual reproduction present, they are placed in two classes, that is Ascomystes and Basidiomystes. In fungi, the species in which sexual reproduction is absent, all that species they are placed under Deuteromystes. That's why it is called imperfect fungi. A mycelium is septate mycelium. Mycelium is septate mycelium. Asexual reproduction occurs. It occurs with the help of conidia. And some examples are one disease is leaf spot of rice. So this disease was caused by Helminthosporium oryzae. So this disease, it is caused Bengal famine. It caused Bengal famine in 1942 to 1945. This is one example. And second example is Tikka disease. It was caused by Cercospora Tikka disease in groundnut. And one more, that is red rot disease. It was caused by Colletotrichum falcate. And one more example is Trichoderma. So these are some of the examples which belongs to Deuteromystes. Now we will discuss about some of the organisms which did not find place in any kingdoms. According to 5 kingdom classification of Whittaker, some organisms or some entities, they do not find place in any organisms. Before going to some other entities, we must know some important fungicides. 3 fungicides. First one is Bordeaux mixture. So Bordeaux mixture, it is the combination of CuSO4 plus COOH2 plus water. So it is the first fungicide, and it is also known as holy water. It is also known as holy water of plant pathology. Next is Burgundy mixture. Next one is Burgundy mixture. It is also known as soda mixture, and it is the combination of CuSO4 Na2CO3 plus water. And one more is chestnut mixture, and this mixture is the combination of ammonium carbonate plus copper sulfate. So these are the 3 important combinations of 3 important fungicides. So now let us discuss some organisms which did not find place in any kingdom of 5 kingdom classification of R.H. Whittaker. The first important organisms are mycorrhiza. First one is mycorrhiza, and it is also known as fungal roots. It is also known as fungal roots. What is mycorrhiza? It is the symbiotic association. It is the symbiotic association between fungus and roots of higher plants. Roots of higher plants. And such type of roots are known as mycorrhizal roots or fungal roots. And mycorrhizal roots or fungal roots, they are different from other roots in lacking of root cap and root hairs. So root cap and root hairs are usually absent in fungal roots or mycorrhizal roots. And this mycorrhiza, it is of two types, ectomycorrhiza and endomycorrhiza. First one is ectomycorrhiza. So in ectomycorrhiza, generally the fungal hyphae, the spreading of fungal hyphae, mainly it is external condition. In this, the fungal hyphae, for example, this is the transverse section of root. So this is the cortical cells. So what is cortex? Already all of you know about cortex tissue, epidermis, hypodermis, then there is cortex. Cortex is made up of parenchyma tissue. In ectomycorrhiza, the fungal hyphae, they form woolly covering. They form woolly covering in the intercellular spaces, only intercellular spaces of cortex. Intercellular spaces of cortex, these are the intercellular spaces. And this woolly covering, it is also known as Hartignate. So all this woolly covering, they form a network, and this network is known as Hartignate. Here, the fungal hyphae, the spreading of fungal hyphae only external of the cortex tissue. There is not enter into the tissue of the root. They spread only external side, that is only in intercellular spaces of cortex. This association is known as ecto means outside. This mycorrhizal association only present outside. This is the root and this is the fungi. Fungi, the spreading of fungi only outside of the intercellular spaces of cortex. In this, the fungal partner usually belongs to Basidiomystis. Basidiomystis, and one example is that is Boletus. And this Boletus fungi, it is symbiotically associated with Pinus roots. Pinus is a higher plant. The root of Pinus is symbiotically associated with Boletus, and fungal partner Boletus belongs to Basidiomystis. This is the ectomycorrhiza. And second one is endomycorrhiza. The second mycorrhiza is endo. Endo means inside. Inside the tissue of the root. In this, the fungal hyphae, they enter into the tissue. The spreading is both intracellular and intercellular. For example, this is the cortex tissue. Then the fungal hyphae, it is spread in both sides, both inside of the cortex and in the intercellular spaces. That's why the spreading is both intercellular and intracellularly. So in this, the fungal hyphae enter into cortical cells without destroying them. And inside the cortex, the fungal hyphae produces vesicles. That's why ectomycorrhiza is also known as VAM. What is VAM? The full form of VAM is vesicular arbuscular mycorrhiza. And in this, the fungal partner belongs to Ascomystis. And usually higher plants are orchid roots. Since whether it is ectomycorrhiza or endomycorrhiza, mycorrhiza means it is the symbiotic association. The symbiotic association between fungi and roots of higher plants. It is a mutual association. In mutual association, both partners are beneficial. Here, the roots of fungi, the roots of higher plants, they obtain minerals like nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur from with the help of fungal hyphae. Because fungal hyphae, they increase the surface area and absorb large amount of minerals and supply the root of that partner. And here the fungi obtain nourishment from the root of the higher plant. So in this association, both organisms or both partners are mutually beneficial. So this association is known as symbiosis or mutualism. So this is mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is a dual organism. It is not single organism. Some part is fungi and some part of root of higher plant. So this is dual organism. That's why this organism did not find place in any of the 5 kingdoms. In any of the 5 kingdoms. Next one is, or very important, is viruses. So what are viruses? They are small infectious agents. Infectious agents with So they are infectious agents with small acellular organization. With small acellular organization. Viruses are usually exception. They are exception to cell theory. They are exception to cell theory because according to cell theory, the living organisms are made up of cells, and cell is the basic unit. It is the structural and functional unit of life. But here a cellular cell is absent, so that's why they are exception to cell theory. And viruses, they form a link, connecting link between living and non-living entities. That means viruses possesses the characters of both living and non-living characters. And these viruses, they also can reproduce only within the living system of another living organism. So without the living machinery of host, it cannot reproduce. But once the virus enter into the living system or living organism, then it can take over the living machinery of host organism and can multiply. Now we will discuss the non-living nature of virus. So here protoplast is absent, lacking protoplasm absent. Then it is ability to get crystallized. It get crystallized. Then absence of respiration absent. When respiration absent, the energy storing system is also absent. Then absence of growth and division. Cells are absent. That's why growth and divisions are totally absent within living system. So these are some of the characters which are similar to non-living characters. Then the living nature of virus. So what is the living nature? Presence of genetic material. So genetic material present, whether it is DNA or RNA, or genetic material present. They able to mutate. So mutations present. They able to multiply. So these are some of the important characters of living things. But viruses, they can kill by autoclaving. And UV rays. And these viruses, they are responsible for the number of dreadful diseases. They produce large number of dreadful diseases like common cold is also one of the disease which is caused by virus, and epidemic influenza, AIDS, mumps. These are some examples, and we are very familiar nowadays. Now we are all in a pandemic situation. The entire world now it is in pandemic situation, that is due to SARS COVID-19. So this is one of the species which is corona. So corona is also, it causes large number of respiratory diseases. That is also one of the disease which is caused by virus. So viruses can cause large number of diseases like common cold, epidemic influenza, AIDS, mumps, then COVID-19, SARS-CoV-19, all are the dreadful diseases which are caused by viruses. Let us discuss the discovery of virology. The study of virus is known as virology. The study of viruses is known as virology. The term virus was given by Pasteur, Louis Pasteur. The term virus was given by Louis Pasteur. Then one more important, D.J. Ivanovsky. D.J. Ivanovsky, he recognized microbes. Microbes are the general organisms which are caused the mosaic disease of tobacco. Because these microbes are smaller than bacteria, they can pass through bacterial proof filters. The second one is M.W. Beizeri. He recognized the extract of diseased tobacco plant. The extract of diseased tobacco plant can cause infection in healthy plants. Then these extracts are known as Contagium vivum fluidum. It means the living, it is infectious, it means infectious living agent. Then finally, W.M. Stanley, he crystallized tobacco mosaic virus for the first time. He recognized virus could be crystallized, and these crystals, they contain large number of proteins. Finally, W.M. Stanley successfully crystallized the crystallized form of tobacco mosaic virus. So this is the discovery of some virology. Continue. Now discuss both the structural component of virus. Structural component of virus. The structure of virus has three parts. The structure of virus has three parts. Outermost covering, that is known as envelope. Second one is capsid. Third one is nucleoid. First, envelope. So what is envelope? It is the outermost loose covering. The outermost loose covering is known as envelope. And envelope, it may or may not present. In some cases it is present, in some cases it is absent. And envelope is usually present in HIV virus and herpes virus. In these two cases, envelope is present. Then capsid. So what is capsid? It is the proteinaceous part. The proteinaceous part of virus. The proteinaceous part of virus is known as capsid, and capsid is made up of large number of subunits, and these subunits are known as capsomeres. Capsomeres usually protect the nucleoid. So what is nucleoid? It is the genetic material. It contains either DNA or RNA. And DNA and RNA, they are again different types. DNA containing viruses are called deoxyviruses. And deoxyvirus, again two types. Some of them are double stranded. Some viruses possesses double stranded DNA. Some possesses single stranded DNA. Double stranded DNA, that is one of the example is herpes virus. So herpes virus contains double stranded DNA. Then single stranded DNA, M13 phase virus. M13 phase virus contain single stranded DNA. Then RNA. RNA containing viruses are called riboviruses. So riboviruses are again two types. double stranded, some viruses contain double stranded RNA, some of them contain single stranded RNA. Double stranded RNA, reovirus. Reovirus contain double stranded RNA, and tobacco mosaic virus, it contain single stranded RNA. So depending on the type of genetic material, so viruses are, they can be classified into three types. Phytophages. Phytophages means plant viruses. Plant viruses. Next, zoophages, animal viruses. Next, bacteriophages. Bacteriophages means bacterial viruses. The viruses which cause DNA, so the viruses which cause diseases in bacteria, they are known as bacterial or bacteriophages. So let us discuss the structure of two important viruses. They are tobacco mosaic virus and bacteriophage. The first one is TMV, tobacco mosaic virus. Tobacco mosaic virus. So this is the diagram. It is the nucleic acid or nucleoid. Generally in tobacco mosaic virus, the nucleoid is single stranded RNA. Single stranded RNA, and it has capsid part. The capsid part has many subparts, and these subparts are known as capsomeres. So this part is known as capsid, and capsid has many capsomeres. So this is the nucleoid. But nucleoid is generally single stranded RNA, and this is capsid, and each part is known as capsomeres. So this is the tobacco mosaic virus, and tobacco mosaic virus, it is usually rod-like. It is rod-like virus with 3000 angstrom units long and 180 angstrom units in diameter, with 39.6 into 10 to the power of 6 Daltons molecular weight, and it has 2130 capsomeres, and these 2130 capsomeres, they are helically arranged to form capsid part, and this capsid parts usually it protect the nucleoid, and the nucleoid is single stranded DNA, and this single stranded DNA has 6400 nucleotides. So that's why the ratio between nucleotides and capsomeres, that is 3:1. So this is the structure of tobacco mosaic virus. And next important example, that is bacteriophage. Next second example is bacteriophage. To bacteriophage, it has tadpole-like appearance with so this is the structure of bacteriophage. It has head region. So the head region is, generally bacteriophage has tadpole-like appearance with polygonal head, and this head consists both nucleoid and capsid part. And at one end it has a collar, and it is a tail part. This is tail part is helically arranged tail part. It is a proteinaceous part, and this has 6 tail pins, and this 6 tail pins helps in attachment to the substratum of host organism. So this is one of the bacteriophage. The best important bacteriophage is T4 bacteriophage. So these are the structures of two important viruses. So let us discuss reproduction in virus. So generally in virus, reproduction is of two types. Reproduction in viruses, it is of two types, phasic and pinocytic. In phasic, only nucleic acid enter into the host organism. It is again two types, lytic cycle and lysogenic cycle. In lytic cycle, it occurs in only virulent phases, and lysogenic, it occurs in temperate viruses. In pinocytic, the entire whole virus enter into host organisms except envelope. If envelope present, without envelope, the whole virus enter into the host organism. So these are the two different types of reproductions present in viruses. And now we will discuss about some of the subviral agents. The important subviral agents are, the first one is viroids. So viroids, they are the simple self-replicating RNA particles. Simple self-replicating RNA particles which were discovered by Diner in 1909. Viroids, what are virus? They are simple self-replicating RNA particles are known as viroids. Viroids usually contain RNA as genetic material and usually protein coat or capsid is absent. In viroids, capsid is absent, but they can cause diseases in only plants. They have a very low molecular weight. For example, potato spindle tuber disease. Second one is chrysanthemum stunt, and third one is Citrus exocortis. So these are the diseases which are caused by viroids. Next one is virusoids. Virusoids are usually discovered by Randall. And virusoids, they are smaller viral particles which are present in protein part of larger viruses. And one more subviral agents, they are prions. So prions discovered by Alper et al. Alper and his associates. And prions, they are the infectious protein particles. They are infectious protein particles. They also cause number of diseases, and some important diseases are Kuru disease. So generally it is known as laughing death disease in humans. And second one is bovine spongiform encephalopathy BSC, or it is also known as mad cow disease. And third one is scrappy disease of sheep, and Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease. So these are some of the diseases which are caused by prions. So these are some of the subviral agents which cause diseases in both. Some viral agents cause diseases in only plants, some of them cause diseases in only animals, and some of them cause diseases in both plants and animals. And one more exceptional organism which did not find in five kingdom system of classification, that is lichens. So what are lichens? It is the symbiotic association between algae and fungi. The symbiotic association between fungi and roots of higher plants is known as mycorrhizae, but the symbiotic association between algae and fungi is known as lichens. And in this association, the algal partner is known as phycobiont, and fungal partner is known as mycobiont. But mycobiont is the dominant partner because 90% is mycobiont, only 10% is phycobiont. Here the phycobiont, it performs photosynthesis and it gives shelter. And lichens are, they are also good indicators of, they are also known as indicators of air pollutant and especially sulfur dioxide pollutants. And lichens, they are the first colonizers and they also helps in the synthesis or formation of ecological succession. So these are the some of the organisms which did not find place in any of the 5 kingdom system of classification of Whittaker.